Good evening and welcome back to another video. So we've got a bit more information on the fantastic Samsung Galaxy S10 and more notably how the hardware crypto wallet works. So this is from CoinDesk. A hands-on preview of Samsung's just unveiled flagship phone, the Galaxy S10, reveals new details of the device's upcoming crypto features. The first official specs of the phone were announced in the US on Wednesday, but only briefly mention was made of its ability to store cryptocurrency private keys. So we spoke about this last week with rumors, and it's pretty much confirmed with the information we have below. However, in a piece for CoinDesk Korea, Park Gwon-mo managed to review the device at Samsung's flagship Delight store in Soshugu, Seoul, where the tech giant first showcases its latest products. Launching the Blockchain Key Store app on the S10 displays a screen that says, "Store your cryptocurrencies more securely." So I'm assuming it's obviously in Korean, along with a description of what you can do with the app. As the image above shows, it broadly allows three features: payments to merchants, digital signatures, and crypto storage and transfers. The phone's full list of possible uses reads: secure distribution of data, insurance and contract verification, content copyright management, direct sharing of content, in-game goods ownership, digital asset management and transactions. According to the app terms and conditions, the blockchain key store generates stores of private key based on blockchain technology in a secure enclave built into the device. It can securely sign and store cryptocurrency transactions using blockchain. The term devices refers to mobile devices developed by Samsung Electronics, such as smartphones and tablets, according to T's and C's. There's nothing much there else in the article on that section, but the next paragraph is mainly, which is probably more important, is security features. When signing into the key store for the first time, Samsung explains that users' personal key is necessary to use various blockchain services, adding that it must be stored safely. The key in this case means password. Samsung used its Knox service as a basis for integrated security management of mobile devices since 2013. So basically, with Knox on the corporate side, a lot of companies will use that infrastructure for things like containing. So the way Knox works is you have I imagine if you're setting up for a company, so let's say you work for a bank, and you want your bank emails, but you also want the ability to access your own personal stuff. So what Knox does, it sandboxes the work section. So you would have a section where you click on Knox and you log into almost like a partition of the phone, and that is only for work stuff. So for example, you can access your emails and your local intranet and the calendar and maybe some remote access features, but you can't copy from work and dump it into personal and vice versa. So it's completely sandboxed, it's separated away, and it's very, very secure. And hence reason why a lot of banks, when they use Android products, will use Samsung products because of the Knox feature. It's proven to be very secure, and they've obviously been using it since 2013, so roughly about 6 years of security. Anyways, I could read on. Knox is proven security service with the US Department of Defense Security Certification and US National Information Assurance Association CC certification. So you kind of know if it's got the highest for the US government in terms of security, then it's going to be okay for banks and crypto storage. In addition, the S10 series is equipped with an AP application processor Exynos 9820 developed by Samsung itself. In effect, the Galaxy S10 has plenty of security tech to store private keys safely. The S10 allows users to store private keys either in the secure enclave or via third-party service, the term indicates. But what do you do about the private keys if you lose your phone? According to the T's and C's, the private keys stored in the S10's key store are backed up in a personal account provided by Samsung. If the phone is lost or stolen, users can access the device and delete the private keys through its Find My mobile service. Further, if a private key is accidentally deleted, users can store it via the service. The only problem is if someone's stolen your phone and then kind of long shot, they've stolen your phone and they know your details, you now deleted it, they can access your account and recover it. I suppose they can access your account, they can access it without having to steal your phone. So I was trying to brainstorm, but that didn't quite work out. Centralizing key storage in a way is bound to raise questions about security, and it remains to be seen what would happen if someone gained access to your phone or your mobile device, if Samsung might provide further protections. This is kind of more cool, actually, photos of the wallet, and you can see there's some information tells you what there is in Korean. It says, first, after inputting the address, amount and fee to be sent and pressing the send button, users are prompted to confirm with fingerprint ID or PIN code. Once the authentication is complete, transfer is sent. To save typing out a long public cryptocurrency address and possibly making mistakes, wallet addresses can be entered using camera to scan QR codes. So just like Binance and Coinbase and everybody else really. That's pretty cool. The wallet also provides the option to import an existing wallet and create a new wallet. The app appears to support Ethereum and Bitcoin by default. Brilliant, fantastic. As there are logos of the two displayed in the blockchain key store instruction image. That's fantastic. Further, there is a cryptocurrency token / token add button, so users will presumably be able to use other cryptocurrencies and Ethereum-based ERC20 tokens via the wallet. So a lot of the, I think, OMG, and you've got well, not EOS anymore, but you have to look at there's so many ERC20 tokens out there now. Intriguingly, the blockchain key store also provides hints about possibility of connection to Samsung's payments platform service, Samsung Pay, and this is exactly what I was talking about. And sometimes just brainstorming in the head, you realize you're more of a wavelength than you realize. So let's just go over this, and I'll reiterate what I mentioned in a previous video. So fantastic news. It is what it was. It wasn't just a rumor. It was a factual-based information we had on leaks. They've adopted a crypto wallet. Fantastic first for Samsung. I'm an iPhone person, but I can't dispute technology. Samsung always seems to do something very special. The phone looks fantastic with only a small hole for the camera. Apparently it's got 5 cameras, 3 at the back and 2 at the front on the flagship phone. Very big screen. I think one of the best quality screens on the market out there. I'm nothing to do with Samsung, although I do have Samsung TV actually. But yeah, no affiliation to Samsung at all, if only. But this is fantastic. So you can send, you can pay, and you can sign. So the idea is this potentially could link in with Bakkt and their deal with Starbucks. So the idea is you go to a you go to a Starbucks kiosk to pay for coffee. The amount comes up and you have a QR code specifically for Starbucks. You scan the QR code and you put the amount in, and that's it done. So they get confirmation money's there. And again, it needs to work a lot quicker. So Lightning Network is coming in. Ethereum are going to do Constantinople, I think tomorrow or Monday. And then obviously that slowly with Casper will speed up payments on the Ethereum network. So the idea behind that is now you can buy coffee using your Samsung phone via cryptocurrency. If, let's just say again with Starbucks, again that's just me brainstorming, and other things I've mentioned have come true, so I'll continue in that vein. Now the coolest part is potentially integrating with Samsung Pay. So now you're completely unlocked. I'm running out of storage. That's not good. You're completely unlocked to be able to pay anywhere using cryptocurrency. So whether they would convert on the fly from crypto to fiat, and then you would, example, in the UK, we have contactless payments for the underground. So you tap your phone down. Apple Pay does it. I mean, Samsung Pay would obviously do it straight with NFC to pay for the travel. So £2.40 each way, or £2.50 each way. So whether you tap your phone down, a bit like how Revolut converts on the fly from crypto to fiat, you would be able to pay straight with Ethereum or Bitcoin in these two examples into fiat for services, and that will all be done through Samsung. So I think the currencies will probably be the top ones, but also any ERC20 token potential. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, Litecoin, POB maybe, or probably Bitcoin Cash. They might have Tron maybe being Chinese, the Korean. Not sure about that. But regardless, it seems that you can add, and this is a bit like almost like the Ledger, where they keep adding cryptocurrency to it, and this seems like they'll just keep adding or implementing new cryptocurrency, or good cryptocurrencies, I should say, onto it. I should have mentioned XRP. How rude of me. So they'll just keep adding onto this, like the way that Ledger does with support for cryptocurrency storage. And this is exactly what it'll be. This is your Ledger on a phone. The security behind it is pretty cool, that you can actually wipe it, your private keys, which you have access remotely. I don't know what happens when somebody hacks your Samsung account, but then again, if you're using payments for cryptocurrency, I don't see you storing. And again, I guess it's a difference. If I had this phone, I wouldn't be storing tens or even thousands of dollars of cryptocurrency on my phone. What I would be storing is maybe $100 or $200 in terms of transactions or exchanges, whatever I want to do with it. So it's kind of like that way. I've still got a lot of my storage offline on a ledger, or like a hardware software wallet, which is like locally stored within my private keys, as opposed to on an exchange like Binance. But you would use this for everyday payments. So maybe you can use it as an XRP wallet and pay for coffee or train travel, whatever. Even though they're using the NOC system, that is separated from the rest of the phone. So I think if someone tries to hack your phone remotely, they will not be able to potentially hack into the NOx part of it. They can hack into the other elements of the phone. So it's all sandboxed out. The other concern is if you were storing all your cryptocurrency on this and expected this to be the best thing since the Ledger, and someone hacks your Samsung account, you're going to lose all your funds. The only possible way for someone to hack your Ledger is when you plug it in, and there's a malicious software machine which can extract the private keys from the Ledger. Are you vulnerable? But if you never actually plug your Ledger back in, and you get a brand new machine when the next time you use it, then you're quite safe. So the Ledger always stays offline. Your address is out on the web, but your private keys are on the Ledger. This is obviously a bit different in terms of it's always susceptible because you have the online storage of your private keys. They would need to figure out a robust way. So it'll have 2FA, and it'll have a password behind it. Sorry, a password with 2FA. The biggest problem with online accounts is, and it always goes back to Binance and all the crypto exchanges, as fantastic as they are. Even with Coinbase, they offer a level of protection for what happens with your cryptocurrency. There's no mention in this, and you'd probably have to look at the TCs. What happens if your Samsung account gets hacked? They take all your cryptocurrency. Who's going to pay you? Who's going to compensate you for your lost asset? So it's an asset, right? So it's like having a bank account. You get defrauded or frauded or whatever you want to say. The bank will then have reasonable. Once you provide reasonable evidence, they have legally right to, especially in most countries, to provide you money back because you were hacked. I mean, if it wasn't because of your fault or something you did, which is a bit silly, then they would obviously compensate you. Similarly with Coinbase, depending on again where you are, which part of the world you are, But how does it work with Samsung? Are they going to reimburse people if they lose 100 Bitcoin? I don't know why somebody's going to store 100 Bitcoin on the phone, but if you've got 100 Bitcoin at $4,000 each, are they going to reimburse you, $500,000 or $400,000? No, sorry, that's $4 million, not 400,000. Or is it? No, so that is $400. I'm a bit thick today, sorry. But you get my point. The idea is what's going to happen on the security side. But nonetheless, this is a developing project, I expect, and it's only going to get better and more secure as time goes by. So the good thing with this is it's an app which is going to be updated along with other apps which will exist on the Samsung ecosystem for hopefully many years to come. And this will be the future of how cryptocurrency breaks into mobile services. Like I said before, I've mentioned it so many times, Revolut, the company in the UK, which you can buy cryptocurrency straight off the app and you can use it to pay for stuff, and you can have a wallet, and it acts more like a bank. Revolut, in fact, they have a banking license. But this is the first time properly you can use NFC on a phone to pay for something, because Revolut is not integrated with Apple Pay, and there doesn't seem to be any idea when that's going to be. But this will be potentially integrated with Samsung Pay, so you can pay for anything, or at the moment you could transfer via QR code to a merchant, or you could transfer it to your friends. And whether they could even do something smart enough to tap to pay like you would from phone to phone, depending which phone you have, like they do for I think what's it called, smart Wi-Fi, or whatever, similar to like maybe AirDrop, of how you send money or photos, sorry, to other people. You could potentially do that with the hardware in this phone. It has those features built in. But again, there's so many features in the phone available for you to be able to for Samsung to be able to integrate with this app. And I spent 17 minutes talking about this. I could spend another 17 minutes of what I think is going to be the future with this, and how other companies like Apple and Huawei, and even Nokia making a comeback, will do the similar things, and whether they'll make something better. Samsung is always first to market stuff, and often other companies will, I mean Apple, sorry, will maybe tweak it and make it a little more user friendly, or innovate it slightly in a different way. But it seems like Samsung sells a hell of a lot of phones now, and if they start integrating it on the S10, they put it into a new Note and the S11, and lower model devices, like a lesser Galaxy phone, then in the next 2 or 3 years, all the phones will have this feature. It's just this is a flagship, new model, new hardware, new software. They're putting it on there, obviously, to entice people in there. Slowly, the newer phones, which are not flagships, will get this, and that's where the ecosystem and cryptocurrencies with Samsung starts. There's nothing out of the realms of possibility of Samsung launching their own cryptocurrency, and whether it will be pegged to something or whether it will just be a new cryptocurrency for trading, and they might use themselves as an option on top of Ethereum and Bitcoin and XRP and Litecoin and EOS. There's that possibility. They have the money, they have the research. I'm sure they might be looking at it. So, yes, I mean that 90 minutes talking about that. I'm very excited by this. It's official. It's fantastic. I just wanted to have a quick look on the market, and that's very healthy. And look at that, 4,100. In fact, it's gone up $100 when I last looked at it, which is probably about 40 minutes ago. Market's doing well. We can just break past that $4,200 mark, and we've nicely broken through 4,100, which is fantastic to see. I'm hoping we can break out of the $4,200, and we are looking good. I think we're moving into bull. Bitcoin dominance is come down. Trading volumes up. We're up to 139 billion. So in the last 40 minutes we've gained $2 billion, which is fantastic. In fact, we can have a quick look at it and what's happened. When it eventually loads. Is this today? No, it's not. So literally, look at that. So it was 3009. It went just over, and that was at 10 past 5 this UTC, and then literally 50 minutes later, we're sitting at like $100, or just over $100 better off. So that's an hour now actually, and we've just gained a nice $100 to the crypto, to Bitcoin, and $2 billion to the market. What else? What's looking good? What's pumping this price up? Well, what's safe is up 80%. Never heard of it. I don't know what it is. Electroneum, that potentially would be with this mobile app again, which I spoke about. NEO's up, which is very good. What about the top currency at the moment? Everything's up except Tether. I guess people are taking the money out of Tether just to buy, crypto and not stablecoin. Everything in the top 9. If you get your Binance is up, and then it's just green. Waves it down slightly, but very small percentage down. Fantastic to look at, fantastic to see. I'll leave it at that. Bitcoin's at 72 billion. Brilliant. Awesome. Volume is very good. 8 billion for Saturday. Ethereum 4 billion. EOS 1.3 billion. Litecoin 1.1 billion. So very positive. And is this anything to do with Samsung? Again, slowly news starts leaking out what we think it is and what it would be. I'll leave it there. Fantastic news, fantastic article about Samsung. I'm very happy to hear that. So thumbs up, Samsung and Apple. Where are you? We need something similar to really smash it in 2019. I'll leave it there. Please like and subscribe. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.